So good morning. So yes, I do have a few sprinkles on my mat, but on this, into the third week of August here, and it is time, as I was reminded by my sister, who is a health coach, that we really are intentional about taking the time to take care of ourselves. And so what are the things that we do to nurture ourselves, to make sure that we can shine our best and brightest self? And today I want you to, on your mat, close your eyes and take a few deep grounding breaths. And yes, showing up to your yoga class is one of those things that you do to take care of yourself. But as the summer rolls down, starts to slow down a little, we move into autumn, which is our earth element. And it's really like the mother, the home, the householder. And that's why we often feel this need to kind of create more routine and settle down and start storing up, packing away for winter. So although we're not there yet, but it's important to remind ourselves that those little self-care things that we do for ourselves are very important to helping us feel stable and grounded. So take a moment on your mat and think about those things that help you feel stable during uncertain times and certain times. And see if there's any of those things that you need to come back to bring back into your life. Maybe there's something, as with all the flurry and the heat of summer, that maybe those things have gone to the wayside. And maybe there's a small little practice that you can bring back into your life that will help you feel a little more stable and grounded. And just kind of hold that in your heart, in your mind, as we do our practice today. And then take your hands from the collarbones, drop down one notch, and do some tapping here or massaging on the K27 point, which is the end point of our kidney meridian. It's what really helps wake up all the energy within our meridians. Breathing in through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. And then shake out the hands, and then tap on the sternum, stimulating the thymus, stimulating our immune system. Same breath in the nose, out the mouth. And then shake out the hands, bring them to your sides, tapping on the spleen points. Help us assimilate all things coming in, the physical, emotional, mental, helping us process all of that. Go all around that triangle of the ribs, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Shake out the hands, and then take your fingers under the eyes and some gentle tapping, or you can take the first three fingers and kind of drum one to the other, whichever feels best to you. Stimulating the stomach point. The stomach point helps us feel grounded and stable. Same breath. And then shake out the hands and just pause for a moment and just kind of check in with your breath, with your body, with your mind, how it's feeling right now. Noticing if you feel any physical sensations in the body. And then scooch back a little bit on your mat so you can have your legs out in front of you. And we'll start the homolateral crawl, getting the energy moving forward. So you can kind of pick up your feet on this. And then shake out the hands and cross it over. Draw the belly in, sit up tall, but cross it over and lift the feet off the mat, so as if you're marching. Same breath, in the nose, out the mouth. If you ever do this wake up at home on your own, have your cross crawl be twice as long, at least, as your homolateral crawl. Shake out the hands, come back to a comfortable seat. Bring the hands in front of the pubic bone, one over the other. Come back to that intention, that thing that you want to come back to that helps stabilize you and ground you. And inhale, draw that intention, drop that energy from the earth. Reach out, spread it out. Do that 2 more times. And then take 1 finger on the belly button, 1 finger on the third eye. Gently press in, slightly up. 3 breaths. When you're done that 3rd breath, just release the hands and take a moment to check in again. And then since I'm bringing up the idea of self-care, we're going to start with a process called clearing the gates. So take your hands from like the ankle and between the bones, massage down between the bones and kind of pinch off that web between the toes. And then go down each one. If you notice, you don't have to spend a lot of time, but if you notice a point that feels particularly sore, give it a little extra attention. So you're going down between the bones of all the toes. There's 4 points on that. And then go from the ankle down the bone to off of each toe, kind of pinching off. And so your first toe is associated with your bladder, and the second one with your gallbladder. The third one is associated with kidney. And then as you move, this one right next to the big toe is associated with your stomach. And then as you go down the big toes, you get to the ball of the foot, give a little squeeze right in there. That's a strong kidney point. And then down the big toe and squeeze off. The big toe is associated with kidney and liver, or spleen and liver, excuse me. And then go through the other foot, down through, giving a little massage. We don't give our feet much attention. They get beat up a lot. Probably, as I'm looking at my feet, I can see that they have been neglected some this summer, but yet well loved. So going down through the toes, pinching them off. And then again, as you get to that ball of that foot just below the ball there, give a little bit of extra massage as you massage down that bone and then off the big toe. Shake out the hands. And then come do the same thing for the hands. So from the wrist down between the fingers and kind of pinching off that web. And then again down, once you've done between each finger, going off of the fingers themselves. And so when you're doing pinky, that's associated with small intestine and heart. And the ring finger is associated with triple warmer, which is the system that deals with our fight or flight. And the middle is circulation and sex. And then your index finger is large intestine, and then your lung on your thumb. So you can do the opposite hand. So you're just kind of stimulating those points. And you may notice if you do this over time, if you have points that are particularly sore, if you kind of do this regularly, you may find that over time those points become a little less tender. And then down through the fingers. Nice. And then shake off. My mama Kitty's coming to visit here. Shake off the hands, bring the hands on the knees, and take a nice big inhale, lift your chest, roll the shoulders down your back, and exhale, draw in, tucking it. Going back and forth. You can go as fast or slow as feels good. And then do a few circles. And again, you can go as big or small as these circles feel good for you. And then reverse directions, going the opposite way. And come to center. And then inhale, draw the arms up, and exhale, twist to the right gently. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist left. inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach over, stretch the side body. Hold here, pausing, grounding down that left sit bone. Roll your wrist around a little bit and circle it the other way. And flick the fingers, one off of each the thumb, and then all the fingers. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach over to the left side. Ground down that right sit bone, stacking the shoulders. Circle the wrist. Circle it the other way. Flick the fingers from the index finger to the pinky, then all the fingers, and then inhale and come up. And then come up to standing on your mat. And just have your feet hip distance apart and parallel, and take your hands and give a nice massage into the scalp, as if you're like at the hairdresser. And if you have a bun or ponytail that's in the way, you can take that out if you need to, or just work around it. And as you're massaging through the scalp, notice if there's anything that feels a little tender. And again, give it a little extra attention. And you may find, just notice if you find a tender spot, is it tender on the opposite side? And then take your fingers from the center of the forehead and then just press in gently and draw them out. You decide how much pressure, and then move up and do that again. And it doesn't have to be super slow. You can just kind of work yourself around the top of the crown, coming down all the way around the back of the skull. And when you get to the occipital lobe, to those little nubs at the bottom, give those a little extra massage. And then work your way from the spine, right, of the neck, and kind of start to draw around the neck and go way into the shoulders and pull into the shoulders a little bit, massaging them. And then come around to the sternum and come into the center and draw out about 2 inches down the sternum. And you decide if you want your breath to be inhaling through the nose or exhaling out the mouth. And when you come to the rib cage, come all the way around to your back and either use your thumbs or your knuckles, whatever works, and massage down the spine. And again, if you find a little spot that feels a little tender, take a little extra time there. Moving down, all the way down into the sacrum, all the way down into the sit bones. And then take your hands up as high as you can and flush them out. Take a nice big inhale and exhale, flush them out. And do that one more time. And then bring your hands in front of you, turn the palms away, take one over the other, clasp the hands and tuck them up. And then cross one foot over the other, doesn't matter which one. Take 3 breaths here. And release the hands, switch which hand is on top, clasp them again and turn them back under, and then switch your feet, which foot is in front. You can also do this if you're ever sitting at a desk. And 3 times, 3 breaths. And then release. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale to heart center. Inhale, take the hands, draw them behind the ears 3 times. And then bring the arms out and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up to a flat back and lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, step the right leg back into a lunge. Draw the feet together, tone the belly. Inhale, rise up. Breathing here. And as you're in your lunge, check that the knees over the ankle. Your back leg is extended, the heel's not on the floor. But you're drawing the feet together, toning the belly so you can have a nice length in that back leg. And then exhale, circle the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, circle. Inhale, reach. Exhale. This time, inhale up and exhale, twist to the left. Look over the left shoulder. Draw both shoulders down your back. So as you're looking to the left, though, your right shoulder's drawing back, even though the torso is turning to the left. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, open up into your warrior two. And find that alignment, lining up the feet and drawing them together, toning the belly, lengthening here. And then flick your fingers from the index finger right on out to the pinky. Flick all the fingers. And just feel that energy reaching out through the fingertips. Feel that strength. And then on your exhale, take your forearm onto your thigh, reach long through the right side. Breathing here, grounding down that back foot. And then inhale, reach up, exhale, circle the hand down, inhale, reach. Exhale, circle. Inhale up. One more time, bring the hand onto the mat. Come into a lunge with your hands on the mat, reaching through the back leg. Keep the right hand on the mat, raise up the left hand here. And circle the hand. Circle it the other way. Flick the fingers, all the fingers. And then exhale, circle your arm down. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale back. Inhale. Exhale down. Hand on the mat, step back to downward dog. Inhale, forward to a plank. Exhale, lower down. Point the toes, draw the belly and shoulders down your back. Inhale, baby cobra. Pause here. Breathing into the heart center. Let the shoulders come away from the ears. Long neck, raise your cheekbones. And then lower yourself down. Stack the hands. Bring the forehead onto the back of the hands. Take a nice big inhale, and on your exhale, try to just release all the muscles in your body. Rock out your hips a little bit. Let the shoulders especially soften here. And then bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, push the hips back to downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg straight behind you. Exhale, drop forward to a lunge. Inhale, bring the left leg forward. Ground down the feet, let the head come towards the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, lower down. Take the hands right on top of the big toes. Trace them back towards the ankle bone and up the inner aspects of the calf and the thighs to the outer side of the body, up over the shoulders to the spleen point that we started with in the beginning. That's called tracing up spleen. And then inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, step the left leg back into a lunge. Draw the feet together, tone the belly. Inhale, rise up. Holding here, finding that positioning that feels stable. And then exhale, circle the arms. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist to the right. Look over the right shoulder. But as you do, notice that my left shoulder is rolling forward. So I'm going to roll it down my back so I'm broad across the collarbones, even as I'm going into the twist. Nice big breath here. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Draw the feet together, feel that stable base. Make sure the knee is in alignment with the ankle and the foot. Look out over the fingertips, flick the fingers again. Flick all the fingers. And then bring your forearm onto your thigh, stack the shoulders, reach long here. Ground down that back foot, really push it into the mat, tone the belly, lengthen your head away from the hips and the fingers reaching. Nice big breath here. And then circle the arm with your breath. Inhaling it up, exhaling it down. And then on this exhale, bring the hands onto the mat. Center yourself up in your lunge. Have the right hand under the shoulder. Reach the left arm on the shoulder. Lift up the right arm. Breathing here. Stretch that back heel away from the crown of your head. Imagine your body in a nice long line. Kind of like you're up against a wall. Everything's kind of centered. And then circle the wrist. Circle the other way. Flick the fingers, one off of the thumb at a time, and then all of them. And then circle the hand down. Inhale it up. Exhale. Inhale it up. One more time. And then bring the hand down on the mat. Step back to downward dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, lower down. Point the toes, shoulders down your back. Inhale, baby cobra, or maybe you want to come up a little higher, your choice. Draw the elbows back. Reach through the sternum. Nice long neck. Nice big breaths here. And then exhale, lower the forehead to the mat. Stack the hands one over the other. Bring the forehead onto the back of the hands. Take a nice big breath in and exhale, rock the hips out. Releasing any tensions. Then bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, push the hips high, downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg straight behind you. Exhale, draw it forward to lunge. Inhale, bring the right leg forward, let the head come towards the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, the heart center. Pause here for a moment. Come back to that intention that you set of what you want to bring back into your life that helps you feel a little more grounded. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, sit back to Utkatasana. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart and parallel, and that the knees are over the ankles. When you come into this position, have the toes in front of the knees. And then tone the belly, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Pausing here for a few breaths. And then as you inhale, reach up with the right hand and stretch the legs. Draw the fingers back. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Opposite side. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Pause here in your chair, in your Utkatasana. Tone the belly. Feel the power and strength of your body, of your legs, your core, your holding. And then release the hands down onto the mat. Let the head come towards the mat. And as you do, lift the sit bones up. You may not come to straight legs, but see how much you can straighten them, relaxing the neck. Take a big breath into the back body. And on your exhale, really let it release. Maybe even nod the head a little bit to help with that release. And then step yourself back to downward dog. Breathe in here. Bend the knees a little, really lift the sit bones. And then inhale, come forward to a plank. And you have the choice to be either in a high plank on your hands, or if your wrists are bothering you, you can come down on your elbows. And let the heels come over to the right. Reach up with the left arm. And you keep that front foot staggered here. So the top leg, the left leg is forward, reaching up through the hand. And you can either keep the hand up here, or you can exhale, circle it down. Inhale, reach it up. So you're going to keep the shoulders stacked as you reach. One more time. And then come back to center. Push yourself back into downward dog. Bend the knees a little, really lift the sit bones. Inhale, come forward to a plank again. So if you are, if you'd like, you can be down in the elbow plank. Either way, widen the feet, let the heels come over to the left. Stack yourself over that wrist or elbow, reaching up with the top arm. Try to be a nice long line. So a lot of times if we're feeling weak in this pose, we tend to come forward and that can strain the shoulder. So really try to lengthen the body out. And then exhale, circle the arm. Inhale it up, exhale it back. Inhale, reach, exhale back. One more time. And then lower the hand down, push back to downward dog. Nice big breaths. Let the neck relax a little bit in the downward dog. Lower the knees to the mat. Come into Balasana, into child's pose, and roll out your wrists a little bit here. And if you can, in this pose, take your hands behind your back. Clasp the hands, let your head come onto the mat or block, and just circle your hands on your low back. Take a few breaths here and bring the hands a little higher up the back, circling, and then circle them back down to the low back. And then release the hands back on the mat and come up into your tabletop. And lengthen the spine, tone the belly, bring the right leg straight behind you. And notice where the hip points are. Try to level them to the floor. Inhale, bring up the left arm here. Breathing. And just finding that balance, knowing that it kind of comes in and out constantly. With that, we are able to counterbalance. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the elbow to the knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Keep the belly toned as you reach the leg and lift the foot just a slight bit higher. And then exhale, draw it together. Inhale, reach, flex the foot, draw the foot a little higher. Exhale together. Inhaling and reach. One more time. Inhale, stretch, and lower down. Roll out the right wrist. Come back to center and lift the left leg straight behind you. Reach long through the right arm, centering yourself up here, leveling the hips and the shoulders. And then inhale, stretch, exhale, elbow to the knee. Keep the belly toned as you stretch the foot back. Just lift it just a little higher, an inch or two, but don't let the back arch. Exhale, elbow to the knee. Inhaling and reach. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale and reach. Exhale. Inhale, lift that little extra bit. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Lower down, roll out the left wrist. Nice. And then take the right arm, inhale, reach it up. And exhale, tuck it under, but don't bring the shoulder onto the floor, just reach. Inhale, stretch. Exhale as you stretch over underneath your arm, tone the belly. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. And exhale. Then bring your hand back onto the mat. Roll out the left wrist a little and inhale. Reach it up high. Exhale, tuck it under, tone the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Bring the hand down onto the mat. Now take your left leg and kickstand it out a little bit to the left and stretch your right leg long on your mat so that your foot and your knee and your arm are in line with each other, and reach your right arm long. Ground down the foot, tone the belly, lengthen through the fingertips, and then let your hand come down a little bit. So you're almost making a little bit of a crescent with your side body. Breathe deeply into that right side. And then inhale, draw the arm up. And I'm going to turn a little bit to the side so you can see what I'm doing. And arm over the shoulder and lift up that back leg. Tone the belly, reaching here. Coming into a variation of Ardha Chandrasana. And then lower that down. Come back to your center. And then kickstand out the right leg. Stretch the left leg long. And reach up through the left fingertips and stretch them long overhead towards the front of your mat. And maybe even let that hand come down a little more so you're really breathing into the left side of the rib cage, opening it up. And then inhale, bring the arm up overhead, flex the foot, reach through the back heel, balancing here. And then lower that down. Come back to center. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, push the hips out to one side, circle them around. Do some little hip circles. You decide how big or small to have those hip circles. And then go the other direction. And then come around to sitting on your mat. Bring the feet out in front of you. Bring the hands behind you. Tone the belly to a nice long spine. See if you can lift the feet up off the floor. And stretch them out and draw them up. Do that a couple times. Keeping a long spine, keeping the navel drawn in. And then maybe do a little pedaling. Imagine a nice summer bike ride. Maybe getting out for exercise was one of the things you want to try to really make a little more time for. And then release the soles of the feet together. Inhale tall, exhale. Then inhale up, draw the knees up. Hug yourself, wrap your hands around the knees, let your chin come towards the knees. Take a big breath into the back body, letting it expand. Then come up and you can keep the knees bent, wrap the arms around the torso, tone the belly, and slowly roll yourself down onto your mat. Lengthening out here, lowering the spine, and give the knees a little hug in. And then release your legs onto your mat. Adjust yourself however you need to, and then squeeze everything, hands, feet, legs, buttocks, belly, face, and then just release it, relax it, wiggle it around a little bit, adjust wherever you need to, and then take a nice big deep inhale and a big sigh. And let yourself settle in onto your mat, feeling that comfort that it provides. And bring your attention to your breath. And just observe how the breath feels without any judgment, just noticing it. And maybe noticing as you're breathing if there's any difference from the start of your practice. And just observe how it comes in the nose, down the throat, fills the lungs gently, and goes back out. No need to control it. Just observe. And then slowly allow your breath to lengthen. Bring a little life to the fingers and toes, wiggle them around. Stretch your arms long overhead in a full body stretch. And roll over to your right side. Take a breath or two here before you come up to a seat on your mat. As you come up to your seat on your mat, bring your hands one on top of the other to your heart center. Bow the chin gently and make a little promise to bring in whatever that practice is that you feel will help bring a little more groundedness, a little more comfort to your life. And just honor yourself that you're going to try to do that a few times a week. Bring your hands to your heart center. And I would like to say, the light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you need to go off to your day, I hope it's wonderful. And if you would like to stay for a 4 or 5 minute meditation, then you can bring your hands onto your lap, palms up. And just close your eyes for a moment and observe how your body feels. And then take your fingers and you're going to do just a little tapping from the index finger. And you're going to, in your mind, say sa. And the middle finger, ta. The ring finger, na. And ma. So repeat those through in your mind. Sa, ta, na, ma. And then on the inhale, you can do the same thing. Sa, ta, na, ma. That is birth, life, death, and rebirth. So it's kind of the cycle of life. And it's a great thing to do just at any time. It can be very relaxing, but it's also a great thing when you're trying to bring in a new practice or come back to something that you want to bring back into your life. So I will chant it, but I want you to just do it in your mind quietly. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. And go ahead repeating that in your mind a few times on your own. Just doing the finger tapping with it. And then along with me whispering it. So we'll start whispering. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 One more time. Sa, ta, na, ma. And then speaking it. Sa, ta, na, ma. So a little louder. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 And then almost singing it so that they kind of flow. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 And then go back to just speaking. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Still doing the finger tap. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Now changing to the whisper. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Now just in your mind, doing the finger taps and repeating the mantra or the seed sounds. When I'm doing it silently, I often like to do it one round on the inhale, one round on the exhale, but you decide what feels best with your breath. Do one more round through. And then you can release the technique. Just release your hands, palms up, and just keep your eyes closed and take a moment just to observe how your body feels, how your mind feels. And then slowly wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit. Take a nice deep inhale, stretch up through the crown of your head. Raise your cheekbones at the top of your breath with a big smile. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Gently nod the bow the chin a little bit. Keep the cheekbones raised in a smile. And just honor the fact that you took the time to take a little extra care for yourself. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. I wish you a wonderful week. Thanks for practicing with me and staying for a little extra meditation.
Namaste. That was great, Deonne.
Thank you.
Kids off. But everyone